Good evening, everybody. Appreciate you being here. We got exciting team Zoom tonight. For those of you that are watching on replay, welcome. If this is your first ever team Zoom, I know we got a lot of new people joining us. Welcome. We do these every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, right after our team Zoom. We always all go over to the corporate update Zoom that happens at 9 o'clock Eastern as well. From my understanding, they're going to have a lot of announcements and updates tonight. At least that's what they said on the recording that I heard on Tuesday. We got a very special story that we're going to share with you tonight. One of our team members, we're excited about it. Again, if this is your first ever time with us, we meet every week, every Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Corporate Zoom at 9 o'clock. Here is the link to the corporate Zoom. It's in your back office as well. And tonight is one that I would definitely jump on just from what they said Tuesday evening. Appreciate you guys being here. I got a couple of things I want to cover with you. These are just getting better and better every day at 12 Eastern. A lot of the I call them the ninjas meet at cmgoutreachzoom.com. We have new people also. If you have any questions that come up, you need some advice on how to respond to an email or what to say on the phone call, maybe on a follow-up, you can get great advice here. These events are headed up by Alan Knight. He does a great job. I try to jump on every day if possible, but we have a good group. It's a great place for encouragement, solid feedback, get your questions answered, and just hang out with people that are very serious about the ERC program. Some of you may have seen this in the Facebook group, and I just wanted to kind of let you know what I'm thinking. As I've said many times, we're all holding a stick of dynamite. The fuse is lit. It's been lit and burning down since the day we started. This program is over officially April 2025, but April 2024 thereabouts, we can only pull from 1 year of funding for ERC. So we've got a good solid run the last 3 quarters of this year, but it's ending. And my point being, how we approach this when we all first started and how a new person entering today needs to focus on this and the activities that will help them maximize their income. In many ways, they're different today than when we started. So because of that, I felt like we needed to do a new quick start training video for brand new people when they enter to really get them engaged and moving forward as soon as they possibly can. Understanding the only goal is not to learn everything. The only goal is to get out there. I'm brand new. I don't know anything, but we can get you money. I work with the #1 company in ERC recovery, and I can get you on a phone call and they can answer your questions and help you out. And so anyway, that has been done. And then when people go to cmgihubteam.com now, team members, this will be right at the top of the page, and they can click on this and it goes through the training. You may or may not have seen it. You may want to look at it so you know what your new people are seeing. And then all the links and everything that I reference in that training are under that. It's all one page together for new people. So just wanted to make you guys aware of that. I love the company report part every week. I love this part of what we do every single week. You cannot improve your numbers if you don't know what they are. And personal accountability, time management is the best kept secret of the rich. Personal accountability is an important success principle. And every one of you, a lot of you turn in these reports every single week. And I just want to commend you and say congratulations, because you're doing the activities that over time make a huge impact on your entrepreneurial journey. and tracking your numbers on a weekly basis is part of that. And we like to recognize people that are enrolling new customers and getting the job done. So this week, number 6 was Mike Calvert. Mike's in Wisconsin, on the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota, doing an awesome job. Valuable team member. Vicky Karshner in Colorado is number 8. A lot of you have already heard Vicky's story. She was one of our featured speakers. Scott Shook doing an awesome job down in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach area, doing a great job for himself and his family and his future. Number 3 was Dan Bruning. We heard Dan last week. He was our featured guest with 14. Number 2 was Dave Buchanan, Steady Dave in Florida, doing an awesome job. And then number 1, no surprise, the living legends, sincerely, the living legends in ERC, Gordy and Kelly Alderson, just doing a phenomenal job. So congratulations again to all of you that made the top 6 leaderboard and to all of you that submitted your reports. Big congratulations this week. I don't know how many of you saw this. Dave Johnston, he said, so my first client has received all checks and has paid in full. That means paid in full to bottom line. I should see payment on this on the next cycle, the next pay cycle, which will be $13,990, almost $14,000 for one deal. And to my knowledge, he will be the first person on our team that has the check in their hands. So congratulations to David. I know he's excited about that. Alabama Dave doing just a phenomenal job, just crushing the leaderboard and really setting the example for everyone. This is something I just added last week. I'm going to do this every week, share this every week. Once your commission submitted to the IRS get to $100,000, make sure you send me an email so I'm aware of it, because these will be popping like popcorn on this team throughout 2023. And I want to recognize people that have already got 100,000 in commissions submitted to the IRS. Here's Dave that we just talked about. He'll be the first to get his check back. But once it goes to the IRS, it's just a matter of time, as we all know. So we've got 5 people now. Dave's actually over, he's over 200,000. Of course, Gordy and Kelly are just off the charts. But we got a lot of people this year that are going to break that 6-figure income in 2023. And I just want to make sure that we recognize every single person that does that, because that deserves recognition and celebration. Our special guest speaker tonight, Landee Maybe, is actually vacationing in London as we speak. So I appreciate her dealing with time changes and taking the time to be with us tonight, and kind of give us some insights. Every time I've watched her post, I always think to myself, success leaves clues. And this is just a quote I found today. Success leaves clues. And if you sow the same seeds, you'll reap the same rewards. And she started with us in late January, and on the 26th, almost right out of the gate, booked her first call. And you guys have seen her posts. I don't have all of them here, but I'm going to share a couple. I just pulled a few because, again, success does leave clues. You know, shortly after that, just booked a flower shop, 6 W-2s. Just got a text from a doctor responding to a flyer I left locally. That's a clue. With 3 more locations in New Jersey, book the call for tomorrow. And of course, once you start getting deals done and submitted to the IRS, you start getting your $500 gas money checks immediately. I think this may be her first one. Call book with local screen printing shop with 30 W-2s, also a new referral lead school, 10 W-2s. handed out 20 flyers. Great day. Handed out 20 flyers. Success leaves clues. Just booked another private school in Galveston, four W-2s, God is good, private school in Galveston. Of course, the $500 checks will continue to flow once you get in a rhythm of consistently submitting new deals. And again, so excited that I have added that $500 gas money. I think it was genius. Here's another one, so excited, called to rebook. Called to rebook. Success leaves clues. Somebody misses a call, you get them rebooked. You don't wait for them to do it. Called to rebook my local spa that had 12 W-2s. Again, start with people that you know, people you do business with. Called to rebook my local spa, had 12 W-2s, and found out they have another company with 20 more W-2s. I loved this one. Yanked a few doors today while running my 16-year-old around today, and ended up getting a jiu-jitsu place and gym, 7 more W-2s. Running her 16-year-old son around, she could have just sat around, hung around, waited in the car, but she took advantage of her time. Time management is the best kept secret of the rich. Again, guys, success leaves clues. This is easy to do. It's easy not to do. And then this was another post where in 1 week, I think she had 4 submitted to the IRS and was on one of the Ihub Global leaderboards. So Landee joined our team in January of this year, and again, booked her first call almost immediately. You know, she didn't sit around for weeks trying to learn everything. She got the basics, went into the market. You don't learn this through books or webinars or seminars. You learn this in the field, doing it. That's how you learn it. It's just like learning to swim. You got to jump in the pool. You can't put your big toe in the water. You don't learn how to do jumping jacks reading a book. You got to do the jumping jacks. But I've only spoken to her one time on the phone since she's joined us. When she has questions, she asks them in the Facebook group or through email. Other than that, from my perspective, her head's down and she's just consistently being productive in the field since she joined. We communicate through email. We communicated through email prior to her joining. And again, from my perspective, I think she saw the type of incomes that were being created and she didn't want to miss out. She's only been involved in network marketing for 5 years. The last 4 years she's been with HBN, where she's earned a total of about $200,000 in commissions. And she has a team that she's very committed to. She does her team Zooms on Thursday, and she usually jumps on here for the last part of hours. And then she's on the corporate Thursday call every week. So she's totally plugged in. When we originally talked, she shared with me that her upline was Chuck Holmes. And so I knew she was in good hands because over the years, I think when Chuck started his network marketing career, he was one of the best customers we've ever had at MLMhelp.com, Network Marketing Support Services. Didn't matter what we had, he was buying it. So I felt like she was probably well trained. And I know Chuck is a very value-focused leader, and I sincerely respect that. She currently has 262 W-2s at the IRS, are in the gathering doc stage, with more in the process. So that puts her at approximately $90,000 in commissions due over her first 4 months here. I'm excited to learn more about her story, and if I can stop sharing this screen, I want to, and I think I saw her earlier. Landee, yeah, there you are. Welcome.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. How's everything in London?
Awesome. It's amazing. So I'm trying to, this is a good lesson for me in being quiet because my daughter's asleep down the hall, but Thank you so much for having me on. Like, I'm so grateful just to be on here with you guys.
Well, it's a pleasure. What time is it in London right now?
1 a.m.
Oh my gracious. I appreciate you taking the time to be with us. I just want to ask you a few questions and then we'll let people ask whatever they'd like. I know you're a full-time leader with your current company, which is a nutritional company, but you made the decision to come to Ihub Global and give it some time. Why did you make that decision and was it a good one?
Well, yeah, it was a really good one. And Dell, I made it because of you. Like you said earlier, Chuck Holmes was my sponsor in the current MLM that I'm involved in. And, he was a big fan of yours and he taught your principles a lot. And your no fluff really resonated with me. I just really liked it. And when I bought one of your courses and then I started getting your emails and one of the emails said something like, why are you choosing not to be a millionaire in 2023? And
That's good,
that
guys.
really got my attention. I'm like, why are you choosing not to, Landee? So I clicked the link and I watched it and I was like, wow, this is cool. I don't have to sell anything. I think I can do this. I was a little bit intimidated and scared and all that, but I just had to get myself through it because I saw the payoff was going to be good if I took the opportunity and got involved. So, I saw the big income potential, and that's pretty much why I joined. And I think it's been great. It's worked out really well so far.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's back up just a little bit because I know you've only been involved in network marketing for 5 years. Prior to that, you were running a huge, like 3,000 square foot retail store in Amarillo, Texas. That I got that right, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How did you get involved with network marketing?
So, I had my retail store for about 10 years. And that really taught me just a lot about blood, sweat, and tears and just having to, put yourself out there and that kind of stuff. But it's very, very different than network marketing. And how I got involved with network marketing is we had moved from Texas. I sold my store after about 10 years. And we moved out to California. And while I was out there, I have my daughter who's a musician and she was doing a bunch of stuff. But then we moved back to Texas. I had 2 kids in college. I was over $35,000 in debt. And I knew that I wasn't going to, like things were going to keep falling in the debt column if I didn't do something. And I had been, not working at the time. So since I sold my store, I hadn't worked in 4 or 5 years. So we started going to debt because of the college expenses and things. So, I shamelessly joined for the money when I first joined network marketing. That was why I joined because I needed like $500 a month to pay towards a debt payment, But once I got involved and I started actually seeing that, hey, this is like a real deal. I can make money at this. It actually has become a full-time income for me now. I have a pretty big team and I've been blessed to, got to know Chuck and then he introduced me to you. And, but yeah, that's pretty much how I got started was because I was in debt.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get involved in the beginning for money. A lot of people do. I think that's a natural reason. What would you tell a traditional business owner that is looking at the network marketing business model?
Well, it's so different. It's much better from having owned a retail store, traditional business. The income potential, the time freedom, the leverage, no overhead. You don't have any employees to have to mess with. Yeah, you do have a team, but it's so different because you're just all working together towards the same, like a common goal, which is really cool. I played college basketball. So I think that kind of prepared me for, I learned a lot about leadership and just being on a team and working as a team by being a player. I was, point guard, team captain. So I think that those skills really
Hmm.
carried over for me into network marketing. But I definitely think that the two business models compared, hands down, I wish I'd have got involved in network marketing when I was, 30 or younger, because I
Absolutely.
think,
Absolutely.
'cause it's
Where
amazing.
did you play college basketball at?
I played NAIA Division II for a school called Ottawa University.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. That's interesting. Um,
And
right
you know
now,
what's funny?
go ahead. Yeah.
When I got out of college, I took this career assessment because my degree's in psychology, but I took a career assessment and it came back. You'll be really good in sales. You have a great head for business. And I was laughing like, no way I'm going to be a psychologist. But I took this little job selling water purifiers when I was right out of college. And oh man, it ripped me to shreds. It was one of those where they would set up the call for you and you'd have to go knock
Right.
on doors. And I would drive around Kansas City, like lost and like crying in my car because it was before GPSs and stuff. And I'll never forget this one time I went through the whole presentation. I think the family just felt sorry for me and I was doing it in their basement and they told me no. And I broke down crying. I mean, I was only 20, but it was such a good, I mean, like it put that first layer of tough skin on me. I think that I found out later in life I was really going to need to keep putting those layers on and become a real rhino, because you really can't let rejection do that to you. You have to get tough. Got to get tough.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. We all travel
Yeah.
the same road at some level, and that's just part of
Yeah.
it. Either develop that rhino skin or you don't. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's really, really interesting. Um, how much time now, since you've been with us, about how much time do you spend with ERC on a weekly basis?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty consistent right now. I try to send out, since I'm in London, I can't like knock doors or anything, but I send out about maybe 40 emails a day, 40, 45. And then I try to go back and email the ones that I see opened it. And I'm really focused I don't do a lot of time, honestly, like 30 minutes, you know. But I'm focused during that time and I will call the ones that either clicked a link or opened my email because I have a way to see that. Um, and just try to get them on the phone and do that kind of thing. But I mean, it's not a ton of time. In fact, that's, one of the things I struggle with is, just getting out of the house because I love just working from home and it's comfortable doing it from my laptop. I've done that for the last 4 years. But when I do work, I am focused and I get a lot done. I'm pretty efficient. So,
Right. Yeah, that's the key. That's the
yeah.
key. Because you can spend a lot of hours, but if you're doing the wrong thing and you're not focused, it doesn't really matter. So when, like you mentioned, you were running your son around and then you decided to go yank on a few doors. Do you do that very often? And how's that worked out for you?
I need to do more. We all need to do it more. And like I said, that's probably the most challenging thing that I've had is just honestly getting myself motivated to get out and pull doors because that is really where I feel like the that's where you're going to get the best deals because you're going to break down that no like and trust right away. The only problem is, of course, getting the business owner. A lot of times it's leaving a flyer, grabbing a card, following up with an email or a call. So, but I do think that pulling doors is probably the number one way, to do this. So, you know, we all just need to make ourselves do it. We got to do things we don't want to do sometimes.
That's right. That's right.
So,
So that's been your biggest challenge probably is pulling
yeah,
door.
just getting out. It's not that it really bothers me that much. I don't know. I have some kind of a thing where I just don't want to do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I have done it. I've made myself do it,
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, I've booked some of my biggest deals, and the the first thing I did, I was so excited. I mean, I started texting everybody in my phone that I knew had a business. You know, of course I got responses like, I'm not taking money from the IRS. And, you know, we get all that, but I just kept going, you know, I just kept going to everybody I could think of. And, you know, some of them had already done it and things like that. But you're definitely going to get your biggest response at first from people, you know, your warm market, and then
Say
just
that
go
again,
out from
please.
there.
Please say that again for the benefit of all new people.
Yeah,
You're going to get the most response.
you're going to get your biggest response and your quickest response because they already know you. And if
Mhm.
you're a customer, or even if they don't know you're a customer, like I called my HVAC guy and I said, you know, number one, I'm a customer. You know, you've sent your people to my house several times. So just let them know that you're a customer, because, you know, they're more likely to patronize your business if you're patronizing theirs. So that's one of the first things I say when I contact people that I know that I go to their businesses or whatever, to let them know that first of all. But you know, the know, like, and trust is a big deal, and that's hard to get through the phone, and it's hard to get through an email. But you're going to get that face to face, or you're going to get it if they've been in there, or if you tell them you've been in there. So that makes you real.
Absolutely. That's important. That's important. Um, what's been the most rewarding thing for you so far?
You know, like being able to put money back into fellow business owners' pockets, because I know they went through a lot of hell in COVID, um, and just the bigger commissions. You know, you can make on one of these deals enough. You can make as much as it takes to, if you have a big team for a whole month in network marketing. Network marketing is great. The leverage is great, but in one or two deals, you can make what I make in a month in network marketing. So that's very attractive. Like the money is great. And the fact that we don't have to sell anything, I mean, like, we're just trying to help people. That's been really easy about it. But yeah, I think just being able to help people and get some money back into some business owners' pockets. I mean, that's very rewarding. And the more we do that, the better off we're going to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they'll tell other people. Uh, you know, since you joined, you've been real active in the Facebook group. You're here every Thursday night for the last part, and then you're always on the corporate call. Uh, I honestly kind of expected you to be a lone wolf, but you've really plugged in. I mean, really plugged in. You've been very active, very supportive to other team members in the Facebook group. And I sincerely appreciate that. I mean, I really do. Was that a conscious decision that you made, that I'm just going to get plugged in with these people? Or, I mean, I'm just, you know, it's been kind of interesting because, again, I appreciate it. And I'm just curious what your thought process, or if there was one.
Well, thank you so much. I really didn't have a thought process. I didn't know how this was going to go when I started. I knew it was a good opportunity, but I wasn't sure, because I have my other team, how much time I was going to have and all that kind of stuff. But I really, really have enjoyed the group. I have enjoyed learning from you guys. Like, your team has some major superstars on it, you know, some great entrepreneurs. And um, I just really like the vibe. You guys are all supportive. You're all encouraging. You cheer each other on. I mean, that's what a team is, and I love that. And I just want to give a special thank you to Philip Cantu and David Johnson too, because they've both answered questions for me that I had, different things that would come up, and, you know, just easy to get a hold of them, or, you know, ask them in the group or whatever, and they would answer. So thank you to you guys as well. And Shelly's answered some questions. Vicky's been great. Like, you guys are just an amazing group of people. I'm just honored to even be sitting here right now.
We appreciate it. Before because I'm sure people might have comments or questions for you, and I want to make sure we give you plenty of time to answer those and make sure we have time to get on the corporate call. But is there any, like, advice, words of wisdom that you would like to share with the team before we end this part, and then let them answer questions?
Well, I always get on here to hear y'all's words of wisdom, because y'all are amazing. But I mean, I guess advice would be, make yourself do stuff you don't want to do. It's going to get you places you want to go. And I've learned that. And, you know, cheer yourself on and pour into yourself so that you can pour into your team or pour into others. Because I think, obviously, like Dale says all the time, and like we all know, like the more we help others get what they want, the more we're going to get, the more success we're going to have. So, I mean, that's really, they've probably all heard that before, but the biggest thing is, make yourself just get out, because I told myself the other day, I really don't want to do this, but I printed off some flyers. That was step one, just do something, like I was like, even if I didn't get out that day, I'm going to print the flyers. That way they're sitting there, because that's a commitment that I'm going to get to them. So that after I did that, I went out and I hit up like 3 or 4 businesses. So sometimes you just got to make yourself like do one step with smaller, and then that'll take you to the next step and so on.
That's right. 5, 4, 3,
I
2.
struggle with the same things that everybody else does,
Yeah, it's the same road. It is the same road. It's just like I've been trying to communicate this for 40 years to people. It's the same road. We all go through the same thing. Now, as we break out, we'll have different hurdles, because you were talking about your psychology degree, and I'm thinking, yep, she's going to need that, because the higher up you go in this, I had 3 psychology sessions today with team members. 3 today, literally. I had 3 today. And the higher up you go, the more of a psychologist you have to become. So that will be very valuable for you as you continue. It will. You said you got to pour into yourself so you can pour into others. What's the best way you pour into yourself?
Well, I wake up every morning and I spend quiet time. I pray, I meditate. I also exercise. I walk. I have a really spastic Jack Russell Chi, who's really hyper, if you've seen him on my Facebook, but I walk him for almost an hour a day. So I'm putting in that exercise too, which keeps me, energetic and all of that. Of course, I take care of myself. I eat well and take supplements and things like that. But those are kind of some of the things I'll do. Personal development. I listen to Dale. I listen to, different things that, get me excited. And then I do affirmations, I
Awesome.
just practice positive self-talk. It's made a lot of difference for me.
Success leaves clues, guys. That should be the title of this. All right, I'm going to jump off here, and y'all have questions, you can raise your hand. Let me figure out. Dawn, you're going to have to tell me what to do here. So, or we can keep it like this. It's fine with me as long as I can see your hands. Vicky Karshner, I see you.
Yes, hi, Landee. Thank you for sharing your story. I say congratulations on your success. You'll be hitting that 100,000 before you know it. I too first heard about Dale from Chuck Holmes as well, quite a few years ago. But I just wanted to thank you for your avatar post. I mean, they bring some amazing morale and excitement to our Facebook group, and I just love seeing them. You're such an asset to this team. So I just wanted to thank you for sharing your story again, and just keep rolling on. You're a great example.
Well, thank you so much for that. That means a lot to me. And, congratulations on all your success. You've done so well.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're all here together cheering each other on, like you said, and supportive, and that's what we're here for. So you've just been a great example, and we just enjoy having you here.
Thank you. Same.
Mr. Alabama Dave.
Hey, Landee, or Tally Ho, should I say?
Hello, mate.
Hi. Well, thank you for being on at 1 a.m. now, almost 2 a.m. in London. I wanted to say, you made a difference in the way that I approach. I want to thank you for reaching out to me and asking me questions, because it actually brought some activity to me that I needed to get into. And, one of the things that you did for me was I tended to be a lone wolf. Anybody on this team could tell you, and they pulled me in. They kind of surrounded me and made me aware that they knew, hey, you're being a lone wolf, don't do that. And you helped me to start opening up and asking questions and not be so introverted. You know, you're not afraid to get out. I mean, you're smart, you're articulate, and you kind of have a little bit of a handle on how to do the network marketing, yet you still take the time to ask the questions and to really seek out the tools. And to see that is a very good example to me. And so you've helped me to grow a little bit, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. Thank you. And then I do have a quick question, and that is time management. Do you spend time like developing a schedule every week for what you're going to do, or do you just kind of go play it by ear? I mean, I guess I'm asking, how do you structure your time management tasks?
I'd like you planning that idea because I need to plan better as far as my pulling doors. Now, as far as emailing, I'm very consistent. I do it every single day. I will send out so many, and then I go back through and I follow up. I pick up the phone, I call. But and I will sometimes schedule in, you know, you're going to pull doors on Friday or whatever. Because that, and like I said, that's the thing I struggle with, is getting out and doing that. And I know I need to. So I have to give myself a kick in the butt to get out there and actually do that part. But you have inspired me, Dave, because you, I mean, oh my gosh, the door pulling king. And look what it's done for you though. Like, you know, and I see that, and we all have that opportunity. We just need to get our butts in gear.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to get
Okay.
back from London, and I'm going for it.
Well, again, thank you so much for your inspiration, and I do appreciate you and your presence on this team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Philip Cantu.
Hi, Landee. Vicky took the words out of my mouth. I wanted to say thank you for your cute little avatar post. I think they're very fun and add some more flavor to our group. And I just wanted to ask, or first say, don't be too shy about letting your other team know about us. You know, they're welcome to make a few million here as well. But about your, you know, me being all techie, I'm interested in what you're using to track the opens and the clicks.
Question. I use Apollo. I love it because I can just punch in. I just target my local people. I have an email that says, hi, I'm local to you. You know, I'm the Texas representative for this area for helping businesses claim their ERC grant, something like that. And then I say something like, you know, if you had at least 2 W-2s, or maybe it says 5. If you have at least 5 W-2s and less than 500, then based on my original research, you do qualify for a no strings attached grant. When are you available for a short call? You know, it's just that basic. But yeah, and I do just target DFW, which I'm sure has been targeted. I mean, a lot, but I get some responses. I mean, somebody replied yesterday that has 23 W-2s, and she goes, we didn't have a loss in revenue, so I don't think we would qualify, would we? And I said, oh yes, you probably do.
Yeah, very good, very good. And so when you're you know, I use Apollo, but for the most part, I'm just like in there, add random leads, and I'm out of there, and what comes is what comes. But maybe you're taking more care and you're choosing the leads. I use the filters. I use the filters, and I put business owner, because I don't want to talk to anybody else. And then I put employees 5 to whatever I'm doing, like 5 to 60. And then I do Dallas Fort Worth area. And then I also filter out the year they were founded. So I make sure it's less than 2020, because in the beginning, I ran into some that were like, well, we didn't open until 2021. So I didn't waste my time with that anymore once I learned that. But yeah, that's what I do. And then when I see that they've opened it, or I used to have a link in there, but I took all my links out. But when I could see when they clicked, I would call them. And because you know, sometimes I could see they clicked my link like 30 times. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I would do with that. Okay.
With Apollo.
We as much as you appreciate our team, we definitely appreciate you here as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, she's part of us now. She's officially part of us. After she's on this Thursday night, she's officially part of us.
Thank you
Kelly.
guys. Oh my gosh.
Kelly, good to have you.
Hey, Landee, I just wanted to say thank you. This was great. It was so good. Everything that you said, and I really appreciate how authentic you are and sincere, and everything comes from your heart. That really is reflected through you. And I think that's special. That's a special thing. But I have to tell you a little story. We were talking with Dale, Gordy, and I. We were on the phone talking, and I can't remember how Gordy asked it, but he said something about, and I said, well, Landee's killing it. She's booking calls left and right. And Gordy said, who's Landee? And I was like, you'll know, success leaves clues. I mean, it was so perfect. And you're just such an inspiration. You really are. So I appreciate everything. And I can relate to the getting and going out. We live 25 minutes to town, and it's kind of, so I can appreciate that. So I try to utilize my time when I have a doctor's appointment or have an errand to run type of thing, because it does seem to be kind of a little hard thing, and I need to get better at that. So I appreciate that coming from you, because you're killing it.
Well, you guys are too. You are such an inspiration. I mean, congratulations.
Thanks. Same to you.
You guys are amazing.
Dave Trilogy, Dave T.
Yeah, I just like to echo what everybody else has said, Landee. I mean, what a great job. And as this team continues to grow and gel together as we move forward, it's just great to have you here on the team, because of the work ethic that you show and the expertise you use when you're following up with people, and the things you've shared this evening have given me several ideas on ways that I can improve what I'm doing. So I just want to thank you.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I wasn't sure if I had anything new to offer. I'm glad to hear that.
Sometimes it just helps for people to hear it from different people. It really does. It just does. We all follow the same path. We do. It's like, if you hadn't done the water filter thing when you were 20, would you be here today? Maybe, maybe not. For some people, this is their water filter thing. And they're 45 or 50. They've never done this. But we all have to travel the same path. We just do. It's not like, Alan Knight doesn't have a comfort zone. We all have comfort zones, and we got to fight through them. Just the way it is. Just the way it is.
Well, crying didn't work. They did not buy the water filter. So don't try crying in front of your prospect. It won't work.
A lot of us have probably tried that. Tony, shoot.
Got Gino there too with his hand up there.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, Landee, really good. I mean, honey, it's just so honest and sincere, and just, it's really just neat to hear you. I mean, you're not trying to impress. You're just telling us exactly how you feel and what you've been through. And I just really appreciate it. And, again, your little emoji deals or posts or whatever with your avatars, that's cool. I mean, I think you were the first one to start doing it. And I said, well, maybe I'll put some color in the background of mine, So I still don't know how to do my picture there, but whatever. I try to put some color there. So, but it's really good. It's really, really good. And I mean, it's really great to hear. I mean, you're a mom, you got your son, what is he, 16? Is that right?
I got three kids.
3 kids. Yeah.
My daughter's 26 here in London.
20.
Yeah. And then I have he'll be 24 in like 3 days. And then I have 16, 2 boys.
Honey, that is absolutely great. I got 3 myself, and it's really good to hear. You're doing it when you go out. You're doing it as part of your routine, and that's really, really encouraging to hear that kind of thing. You're actually doing it. You've got another team you're working with. That does a lot for me, because to be honest, anybody that's in sales in any aspect differently from this, it does pull your mind to a different place, and it's really hard to categorize that, I struggle with that. I mean, I have a really hard time. I get so overwhelmed with putting all my eggs over here that it's tough to break it down. So I really appreciate hearing you say that, and keep up the post, keep up the good work. Yay, I'm happy for you. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Great
Thank you
job.
so much. One
Yes,
thing that
ma'am.
helps me is because I have to, my Facebook just pings constantly. So when I'm working on ERC, I shut down all that and I turn off all that kind of notification crap and just go to work. That
That's
helps
right.
me because otherwise I'm back and forth and and it's kind of doing a half job on both. And yeah, I have to divide.
Great
Yeah,
tip,
you did. Thank you.
great
Thank you.
tip. Gino,
Hey, Landee, how are you? Doing good, right?
Doing
Hi.
awesome.
Hey, before I compliment you on your amazing emojis here, like everybody else, and quick responses, I have to ask you a question because my sound cut out a little bit when you said you were targeting. That's when it cut out. Did you say VFWs?
she's in Dallas, Fort Worth, DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Oh, okay. I
DFW.
thought you said you were targeting VFWs.
No, it's the Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Okay, cool. Well, could you just explain your email a little bit in detail again? Is there anything that I missed on that? I really enjoyed when you explained what you email them, and if you could explain that again, that's fantastic.
Okay, yeah. I can't do it verbatim, but what I say is something like, hi, and I put their first name there. And then I say, I am local to you in Argyle. I let them know where I live. And I am the Texas representative for helping small businesses claim their ERC grant. And then I say, if you were open during 2020 and 2021 and had less than 500 employees, based on my initial research, you do qualify for a no strings attached grant. When are you available for a short call to confirm you qualify? And then I just say something like that and then just put my name.
Awesome, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for being an amazing contribution to this team and your fun and quick responses on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
You guys are awesome, man. My heart's just out of my chest right now.
T.
Hi, Landee. I gotta say, I judged you like was saying, judge a book by its cover. I thought you were super confident because you came to our group and you had success immediately and you were posting on the Facebook immediately. And I'm thinking, wow, she's got it together. But then tonight you're telling us that you're not afraid, but you're uncomfortable with this. And that was really cool to hear. Yeah, she's all right. She's not perfect. So yeah, I'm glad you're on our team. I enjoy your posts like everybody else, and that's all I got to say.
Thank you,
Cool.
Tom.
Yeah.
Well, this has
Anybody
been fun,
else?
you guys.
You've done awesome. I knew
Hey,
this was
Kelly, who's that guy that joined you there?
Gordy just walked in. He's been at
the
T-ball.
T-ball coach. That's the
Hey,
T-ball
Landee.
coach.
I walked in and Kelly said, "Oh, you got to watch it. It's real good." So I'll go back and watch it. But hey, congratulations. I caught about the last couple minutes here, but congrats on all your success. And I'll go back and watch this. Might learn something right there. Sounds like, by golly. So yeah, welcome to the team. It's great to have you, by
Well,
golly.
thank you. Thank you so much.
And of course,
guys
we're
are
right.
awesome.
We're in Weatherford.
Yeah,
We're your neighbors.
Yeah.
I'm in Argyle. Well, I guess
No, we're in Weatherford.
Yeah, we'll have
Oh,
to give you a
Weatherford.
steak or something.
How far is Argyle? From
40 minutes or something, probably.
It shouldn't be too far. Yeah.
I'm going to send you a message because I'll send you a Facebook message. And
Okay.
yeah, we're kind of doing a little fun, not a fun, but we're going to
Oh, yeah.
pull on some doors with like Kamala's coming down next week and we're going to pull some doors together and yep. do
Burn-
some-
we'll
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll burn a
I'll
steak
be there.
too, so.
Yeah, I'll send you a message on Facebook.
Okay, I'll be back in the States on May 13th. So if it's after that, I'm there.
Yep, it is. It's after. It's
Yay.
a couple weeks. Yeah, not next week, the next week, I think. Kamala knows better than me, but I'll send you a message.
The 16th and 17th will be getting together. So
Yep.
That's a
I'd love-
great idea.
love
That's
to
just
have
what I
ya.
need.
I really hope you are able to come, because I really look forward to meeting with you.
Me too. Me too, you guys. I'm excited. And this will help me, get out there and do it, which I know I need to do. So I'll bring my flyers. I'll be ready.
There you go. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll have our own little kind of a blitz thing and then come back and, I don't know, eat dinner.
Sounds good.
Gordy, did you win the T-ball game?
We did not play very well at all. Swade
Bad
played very well.
coaching.
We played
Bad
it.
coaching.
It was. Good thing I'm not the head coach. No, they're 5-6, so no matter what, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Kamala, did you have something else?
No, I was just gonna reiterate everybody else. I was crying here, sorry. Yeah, I'm just excited to meet with her if she's gonna be available. You're just such an inspiration tonight. It's helped us a lot. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Dave Johnston.
You guys
Do you
are
have something
amazing.
else?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's 59 minutes, 56 miles from Argyle to Weatherford, and there's a severe thunderstorm watch right now.
There
I just
is.
thought
We've
you
had
might wanna
warnings
know.
going off on our phones. So. But thank you. Now we know.
Oh, those thunderstorms are headed here. Let me tell you, we're getting warnings already, so.
It's supposed to rain here in London tomorrow, and I think all weekend. So must just be everywhere.
Anybody have anything else? We're gonna get on the corporate call to Philip,
Yeah, why London?
her daughter.
Oh, I'm here visiting my daughter.
Oh,
My
okay,
eldest.
okay.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Vikings recently, so yeah, it's a good story.
It's been cool. It's my first time here. I'm having so much fun.
What language do they speak over there?
Oh, all kinds.
They talk Texican or do they talk like Spotty?
They do after they talk to me. I get them all Texaned up.
Yeah. Do they know what y'all means? Y'all want, instead of saying, oh, jolly good, have a spot of tea, you say, hey, y'all want some sweet tea?
Yep,
I
that's
did-
that's how I order.
I
You got a
did
good
that.
accent. You should come over here.
I did that to a lord in the chief of the Johnston clan in Scotland. I went in and said, hey, you got any Johnstons in here? I'd like to see that old boy. Oh, man, I created kind of a stir. Can you imagine me creating a stir?
Not at all.
Landee, you did a phenomenal job, which I knew you would. Phenomenal, sincerely. Thank you
Well,
so much.
thank you.
Thank
Thank
you for
you so
taking
much.
the time. It means a lot. And, different people speak to different people in different ways. And I knew that you would, that tonight would be really good for everybody. It's been good for me as well. And we appreciate everything you're doing. You're doing a great job. And just keep doing what you're doing. And we're thankful to have you as part of this team. So enjoy your vacation. Enjoy your daughter. Come back. Be ready to roll. So guys, tonight we can get on the corporate call a little bit early. They won't get the flood that they usually get, and hopefully we'll have some good announcements and updates. And we'll talk to you guys next Thursday, if not before. Y'all are rocking it. Keep doing what you're doing. You're just crushing it. Thank you guys, all of you. Thanks for all your comments. Appreciate you being here tonight. Awesome.
Thank you again, Dale.
Thank you, Dale.
Night,
Thank you,
Dale. Night,
Landee.
everybody.
Thank you, Landee.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dale.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everybody.